is Smita and you're watching MediCircle. Today at our rendezvous with Smita Kumar, we have three guests from Ayurrhythm. Ramanathan Padmanabhan, director and co-founder Ayurrhythm, which is a redefining personalized holistic wellness. He has over 24 years of experience in the high technology industry, which includes product management, business development, strategic planning, technology management. Along with him, we have Abhilesh Gupta, an aeronautical engineer with over 2 decades of experience in different industries, have worked globally in management capacity for larger companies in the sector. We also have Sandeep Acharya, an engineer and MBA, having a decade of experience in field of data analytics with expertise in areas of business intelligence, statistical modeling and end-to-end analytics landscape setup. So hi, Ramnath, Abhilesh and Sandeep. Welcome all to MediCircle.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you, Smita.
Thank you so much, Smita.
So to begin with, my first question is, Ayurrhythm is the world's first completely digital solution for personalized holistic wellness based on Ayurvedic principles. How does it function?
So I will take that question.
Sure.
What is interesting to know is Ayurveda has a concept of your ideal body balance and the current body balance known as Prakriti and Vikriti. And Ayurveda also believes that the imbalance between these two results in the onset of disease. However, to measure this balance and imbalance today, it requires a face-to-face interaction between the Ayurvedic counselor and the subject. Now, that actual process involves the counselor asking hundreds of questions and the subject answering those. So, and this process, if you see, it is cumbersome. It requires manual interaction, and it is very difficult to practice, for the subject. Now, what Ayurveda has done is it has converted the whole manual process into a very interesting digital user experience. With our platform, the user answers 30 questions one time or during onboarding, and your ideal body balance is calculated, it's stored. Then whenever the user wants, they can take a 30-second pulse diagnostic test by placing the index finger on the camera. Now, based on this balance and imbalance, so calculated using technology and leveraging, the large content library we have built, we give you personalized recommendation of the yogas, herbal remedies, food, and meditation, etc. Now, you may, in addition to it, you may have personal goals like, weight loss, immunity building, stress reduction. So you can actually also input your additional goals, and based on your imbalance as well as your goals, it gives you very simple set of routines to follow every day, dinacharya to follow every day, which can be tuned to your time available. It could be for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever you choose. So this is the disruption we are bringing to the Ayurveda space.
That's really great. Because again, many of us, we think of a lot of regimes, but it is hard to practice and we are not able to devote that 5 minutes or even 10 minutes sometimes a day. You have over 2 decades of experience in the industry. What motivated you to launch Ayurrhythm?
So here, I am actually speaking for not only myself, but also my co-founders. There were many reasons. See, one reason we found, when we started off, is that traditional wellness like Ayurveda it offers a huge market opportunity, as Baba Ramdev has shown, right? Mm-hmm. However, we also found it is the last frontier to be digitized, and we also found that with the digitization pervading all aspects of life, the digital Ayurveda could be a next, big opportunity for all of us, not only for India but for the entire world. The second thing, we talked about is that we found, there is a set of population who hate calorie counting, which is the traditional fitness, which is being practiced today. So calorie counting and body building is not for them. So, and this market seems to be very huge. And we found that there are no digital tools or technology to actually help them to achieve their wellness goal. And Ayurveda, it actually offers this solution, but it has to be brought in the form which people can consume. So this was the second reason. The third is, we all know, like when we started looking at Ayurveda, it is very hard to find authentic curated information in digital form. So this, be it, you know, looking to learn Ayurveda, or finding an Ayurvedic counselor, or, you know, Ayurvedic methods of weight loss, this information barrier is huge. So we really found that there is a market need to fill in the gap. And finally, like, you know, if you really go down deep into Ayurveda, it is very scientific. But bringing this scientific approach to the consumer in a digital form and drive adoption, we found to be a major motivator, which we feel that nobody has done before. So these are the 3 or 4 reasons, you know, which motivated to look at Ayurveda.
So tell us, how does Ayurveda being instrumental in the betterment of the Indian healthcare industry?
So this is a very interesting question with, you know, worldwide, you know, implication on healthcare. So around the globe, there is a concept called integrative healthcare, where you know, a Western method is combined with traditional health method to bring better patient outcomes at lower cost. So examples are, for example, you know, for a post-operative care for a cardiovascular disease, somebody could be actually taking medicines, but at the same time, they could be practicing yoga to manage the side effect, you know, reduce stress and achieve, you know, that lifestyle goals, right? And this is not just true to India, this is true for everyone. And this has actually shown that it can bring down the overall cost of the care, the readmissions and all. There has been clinical trials. Similarly, if you look at the global disease burden, chronic disease management is one of the big things, especially area of diabetes, cancer. So for all these things, you know, to scale the best practices of a traditional medicine, we find, you know, there is a need for a digital glue. And this digital glue could be standalone or could be functioning along with the Western medicine. So this, we think, could be disrupting the worldwide, you know, healthcare, not just in India. And this can really have a better health outcome to everyone.
And to add to what Ram said, these alternative methods of medicine or integrative methods of medicine are mainstream subjects now. Worldwide, you know, all the hospitals or the stakeholders within the, you know, medicine industry or healthcare industry have realized this, that it has to be sort of offered together. So, for an example, where we got you know, incubated or accelerated HCG Hospital, Healthcare Global, which is the largest chain of cancer hospitals in India. They have this integrative oncology department. So, and they had established it about 15 years ago. So after the cancer treatment is given to the patient, they feel, you know, nauseated or restless or, you know, cannot eat, cannot sleep. So that's where they bring in this Ayurveda to complement the ongoing treatment with this traditional method of medicine, whereby they suggest them yogasanas, pranayams, the right foods, or some of these herbs which can complement the ongoing treatment. And if you see, a large chain of hospitals today are also integrating Ayurveda in some way or the other in their offerings in the healthcare space now.
And, you know, key to that point Abhilash said is that we are a digital glue, because most of these disease burden, it escalates when, you know, the patient is discharged, when they are at home, right? So you really need some kind of, you know, technology enabled tool which follows these, you know, clinical protocols and help them to achieve better health outcome. So that's where, you know, we feel there's a big opportunity for Ayurveda, and that's where, you know, it's going to make a difference to India and the world if we succeed.
As we move towards the future, IT and AI seem to be the future of healthcare. So what are your thoughts on it?
So
Absolutely
there are many ways, you know, see, IT and healthcare, you know, you can slice and dice in, you know, many ways. So this is one perspective. I'm sure, you know, Abhilash and Sandeep would, you know, have a different perspective as well. See, the way I see it is, I see, you know, there are 3 types of approach, right? One is AI first and the doctor next. It's AI driving the doctor, right? The second stage, you know, second opportunity is AI aiding the doctor. It is doctor first and the AI next. Then there is a new concept which is also coming in, which is AI replacing the doctor. There are all the 3 trends, you know, you can see if you go into the product and service offering, you can see that. In the first trend, you know, what I see is like Apple Watch, right? We started working with Apple. The first thing we found is it can detect arrhythmia, and then, you know, it alerts the doctor. And then, you know, the clinical process kicks in, right? It could be an ambulance could be coming to home, or the doctor will call you to reassure you. So this is one way, you know, AI is helping you. And there are many such examples. The second one is, you know, the AI assisting the doctor. Like greatest example, you know, the disruption which has happened is in the area of, you know, imaging. In good old days, you know, the radiologists or doctors could make a mistake by reading a scan, right? You may miss breast cancer, which could be fatal after three months down the line. But now, to prevent these kind of errors, there are tools which assist the doctor. The treatment, everything, you know, the decision is still with the doctor, but the imaging actually helps them. It actually points them to the areas they might have missed. And together, you know, they achieve better health outcome, right? In both the cases, it's not just the technology, but the whole healthcare system to be receptive to the workflow. It is extremely important. The workflow is actually more key, because if you take a insurance-driven industry or a traditional healthcare, they have a workflow, and people are very reluctant to change it because doctors, let us face it, you know, doctors are overloaded, right? They're handling more than they can everywhere if you look at it. So getting the right workflow, getting the right clinical protocol, in addition to the technology being effective, which is granted, is going to be very, very key. And there is a third interesting trend, you know, and it has very interesting results also, like the AI replacing doctor. There are some experiments in UK where, you know, a AI platform took a test on diagnosis, and they were able to score 80% in the test, you know, which traditionally a doctor takes, right, on diagnosis, on differential diagnosis. But you know, and people are looking at it for driving the cost low. But I don't think, you know, as a society, right, it is not just the technology. The society and the regulation, you know, is ripe for it. It will take a long time, or, you know, it may not even happen. Yes. So, I mean, this is one, you know, one way to slice and dice. I'm sure, you know, Abhilash and Sandeep has, you know, alternate view also, like, you know, they may wish to share.
Not alternate, but addition to it, the detection of disease or diagnosis. So with the, for example, we take our own apps example. More people use it, more, you know, the sets that we can work, data sets that we can work on. And with the help of machine learning, we would even be able to create, you know, disease diagnosis help tools with the data that we get, and, you know, modeling that we do. So definitely this is future. Nothing like, you know, being able to diagnose a disease right at your mobile phone within 30 seconds, you know, at your home. But yes, long way to go. But if you're talking in the impact of AI and, you know, machine learning and technology on the healthcare sector, it's massive. The opportunity is massive there. It's not only opportunity, but it is a solution also for the mankind. I mean, overall, the way this science can help us. Sandeep, you want to add something?
So I think, yeah. So what we are, I think, whatever we are talking about is a healthcare, which is majority is sick care, I think, right? I think where we are starting, we are taking one step before, right? Don't go into that territory itself, where technology can help you as per your mind-body rhythm, right? When we are talking about that, the personalization level, right? Where we are saying that what is good for you may not be good for the other person, right? So you need to follow your own rhythm and follow that lifestyle, so that you don't go into and you have to don't involve in the healthcare as such, the traditional healthcare ecosystem.
Prevention is better than cure.
Prevention is right. Prevention is better than cure, right? So you don't go into the sick care kind of thing. Be well, follow your own rhythm, and follow the things which are good for you. Know that what is good for you and what is bad for you, and follow that trend using technology.
So actually, it's a very interesting point, right? You know, it kind of sums up. See, our ancient traditional knowledge, you know, actually talks about bad rhythms. You know, there are good rhythms, which normal rhythms you have, but they also talk about disease rhythms. Like, for example, the Madhumeda, diabetes, it has a different kind of pulse pattern. That's what Ayurvedic text says. Now, what is interesting is there has been research in US, not based on Ayurveda, but they started somewhere else, They also say that, using a mobile phone, measuring your pulse, I can actually give you a risk score for diabetes. This is a AI data problem, right? With if you collect a large number of data of people who have diabetes versus non-diabetic, and if I have additional information about you, I can tell you a risk score. So think about it, right? For a country like India, where the actual incidence of diabetes is 24%, but the detection is like 3% or 4%. Like there are undetected diabetics everywhere.
Absolutely.
Suppose a mobile phone can tell you a risk score, right? And actually it forces you to go and take a test. You can go to any neighborhood lab and take a test and find you are pre-diabetic. You can take a preventive action. So that's the sort of usage model which we are very, very fascinated about. This is a part of our roadmap as well.
That's really great to know. I mean, Ayurveda is one of the most ancient practices, medical technologies, which we don't have in this present scenarios. But yes, combining both the latest medical technologies with Ayurveda would definitely help patients overcome these health conditions and be more towards wellness rather than sickness. Because here again, we only tend to go to a hospital or to a diagnostic center unless and until it is really, really bad.
Absolutely.
That is something important. Think or psych, which we need to change. That, hey, at least don't just drag the condition to be so pathetic that you need to go to a doctor. So that is something which would be really, really appreciable. So thank you so much, Team Ayurveda, for coming to MediCircle and joining us for a quick chat. It was really great because as this patient-doctor ratio is also not very good in India. So again, we need such mobile applications and devices which can actually not replace, but definitely to an extent assist the medical professional so that he can cure more and more patients.
Absolutely. Thank you. So thank you so much for covering us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Smita.
Thanks for the pleasure, actually. Our pleasure is ours.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.